Hey YouTube, my name is Natalie. I'm a criminal defense attorney, and I'm gonna be analyzing the case of Tessica Brown, also known as Gorilla Glue Girl. The reason that I'm referring to her as Gorilla Glue Girl, at least at the outset of this video, is because that's how most people know the name of this situation. My understanding is that she doesn't actually like that moniker. So her name is Tessica Brown, and I'm gonna call her Tessica Brown. Ms. Brown owns a daycare and also runs a dance troupe for children. And she's a mother of, I think, 6 children, is what she said. She's 40 years old. About a month ago, she was on her way out. She had her hair in a new hairstyle, which was her own hair slicked back into a ponytail weave. And she ran out of hairspray. So in a rush, she took Gorilla Glue adhesive glue spray and applied that to her hair and headed out the door. Over time, she realized when she tried to take the hairstyle out that it was not budging, it was not moving. A month later, she made a video for TikTok, which I'll put right here.
Y'all, for those of y'all that know me, know.
And in that video, she stated that she'd had the hairstyle for a month and that she was unable to get it out. Now, she then made a subsequent video where she showed herself trying to shampoo and wash out the hairstyle, and that because of the Gorilla Glue spray, it was not coming out. These 2 videos became viral, not only on TikTok, but also on Twitter and Facebook. I remember when it first happened, I definitely shared it in my Instagram stories. And I at first found the situation, honestly, to be humorous. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that it was, funny because who would ever use adhesive glue in their hair, industrial strength glue? But it did seem like she was really seriously, clearly after a month, having a very, very hard time taking the adhesive glue out of her hair, and it looks like it was stuck that way. There became calls online for people to assist her, which is the reason that she uploaded the video in the first place. She was asking for assistance. Other people were giving input. Eventually, she went to the hospital. The hospital told her that it would take about 20 hours in order for them to remove the glue from her hair. So she took some acetone pads home, and her sister uploaded a video of her attempting to help her remove the glue from her hair. It looks as though it was very painful. Ms. Brown gave an interview to Entertainment Tonight in which she said that
I'm not that person y'all trying to make me out to be. I'm not that person. I'm not this whole Gorilla Glue girl. My name is Tessica Brown. Call me. I'll talk to y'all, let you know exactly who I am.
Tessica, how are you, first and foremost? How are you feeling?
I'm over it. Yeah. I'm over it.
Trying to remove the glue from home was very painful. Between the time that she gave the Entertainment Tonight interview and when she attempted to remove the glue at the hospital and at home, rumors started circulating that Ms. Brown was planning on suing Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue issued a statement saying that they felt very sorry for her, that, they hope that people understand that their adhesive is not meant for hair. And clearly it's not. It says it on the warning label. It's not meant for hair. It's not meant for skin. It is only meant for a construction application. So the question arose of whether or not she would be able to successfully have a lawsuit against the company that makes Gorilla Glue. In her Entertainment Tonight interview, she made it very clear that she was not planning to sue Gorilla Glue, that she didn't know where that came from. She did not hire an attorney. I think TMZ had reported that she wanted to sue or was hiring an attorney, but she eventually said no, that she had no intentions of doing that. She did start a GoFundMe. I think the GoFundMe got about $16,000. Eventually, Dr. Michael Obang, a Ghanaian-born surgeon, he was able to use a combination of a solvent. He said that he looked up the compound for the main ingredient in Gorilla Glue, which is polyurethane, and he figured out that the science of how to break it down. So then he figured out basically his own way of how to dissolve the glue and was able to remove it from her hair, as well as salvage what was left of her hair. Some point before, when her sister was trying to help her remove it, her sister did cut off, looked like about 4 or 5 inches worth of her own hair in order to get down to what was underneath the glue to try to, release it from the adhesive. So it looks like now she is in a good place because the glue is out of her hair. She has her hair back. She should be able to heal. And hopefully she'll be okay. But this does raise the legal issue of products liability. So there's two things that I wanted to talk about with the products liability issue. And that's where a company or a defendant in a products liability case creates a product. The product is in some way defective and it creates an injury. A prerequisite to products liability is that you have to be using the product according to its intended use. So because Gorilla Glue Girl was not using the product according to its intended use, which is construction adhesive, it is warned not to be used in your hair, not to be used on your skin. She used it outside of its intended use. There's no way she would have a products liability claim because there's no way the item could be defective if you weren't using it for what it was intended for. Clearly, it was actually very effective because she could not do the fact that it could stick to her. So there would be no viable lawsuit here. A good lawsuit would have been if Gorilla Glue, for example, said safe to use in hair, safe to use on kids, safe to use on skin. If they had said something like that and then she had used it in her hair, then there would seriously be a product liability issue because if you can use it in the hair, it has to be something that can be removed from the hair and not permanently adhere to the hair. So clearly, they didn't do anything wrong. A lawsuit basically comes from negligence, right? For the most part, sometimes there's intentional torts, but we're not talking about that. When a company is sued, by and large, it's for negligence. And it's because they owed a duty to the person that's suing them and they breached that duty in some way. This company owes a duty to the public, but that duty is for that public that uses their product according to the way in which they say for it to be used. So they don't owe a duty to someone who takes their product and uses it in a way in which it's not supposed to be used. So there's no way that they could have possibly breached any duty by the product working too well and her not being able to remove it. So I never actually did believe that she was going to sue anyone. I thought that maybe there was an unscrupulous lawyer involved that maybe was looking for, some fame or something. But it looks like she was never interested in filing a lawsuit. She just wanted to find a way to get it out. But whether or not there was a lawyer who was willing to take up this lawsuit, there's just no way it would have ever been successful in court. There is one smaller way in which a lawsuit could potentially proceed, another grounds under which it could proceed. Product confusion, basically. So there is something called, I think, Gorilla Snot, which is another type of gel for hair. And if, for example, if Gorilla Glue marketed themselves to look like Gorilla Snot in order to cause market confusion, to draw Gorilla Snot customers to themselves, then if those customers, use the product of Gorilla Glue thinking they were using Gorilla Snot, and then Gorilla Glue was purposefully making it so that their product was marketed and looked like Gorilla Snot so that people would be confused into buying Gorilla Glue, there could be some type of case there because then there would be an expectation that they owe a duty of care to people that would potentially use their product thinking that it's Gorilla Snot hair gel. But there is no evidence here that Gorilla Glue marketing, labeling in any way would confuse the average reasonably situated consumer into using Gorilla Glue as though it is hair gel. It's very clear, and she knew, and she said that she knew that Gorilla Glue was not intended for hair use and that because she was in a rush, she just ended up using it. Another point here is outside of the legal aspects of this does point out that there is an issue, with, Black women and hair. It's a very important thing to us. It is something that we are judged on. It's something that we're socialized to take very seriously. Your hair being done, your edges being laid, all very important. I do wonder if there's some type of sociological study that could be done into the fact that someone felt so compelled to have laid edges. And what that means is that your edges are slicked down to appear completely straight, that you are willing to spray industrial grade adhesive on your own hair, something that is growing out of your body. You're willing to use a poison basically on your own hair in order for it to look like something that it doesn't naturally look like growing out of your head. I'm not a sociologist. You know, I'm not an expert in race theory, but I definitely think that there is something there about, you know, the willingness to go that far just for a quick fix for your hair to look absolutely perfect. She also seemed to be very kind of hesitant for people to see all of her hair once it had been removed from the adhesive. She was trying to cover up some of it and still trying to lay down her edges with her hands and stuff like that. There's something psychological there, I believe, that attenuates to some Black women and trying to make their hair meet a more European standard. And finally, people did have the idea or the allegation that Miss Brown was only doing this in order to get attention, meaning she sprayed Gorilla Glue in her hair in order to get attention in the first place. I don't believe that that's actually the case. I believe her when she says that she went to social media in order to get assistance. However, the reason I don't believe that is because I don't believe that a Black woman that is so concerned with the look of her hair would knowingly jeopardize the length of her hair in order to go viral, right? She might have jeopardized it in order to get a quick fix for a good look, but she doesn't want anyone to see her hair looking bad, right? She's really invested in her hair looking laid and long and, you know, whatever the case may be. So I don't think that any Black woman would purposely hurt their hair in order to go viral. Like, we wouldn't set our hair on fire. There's just so much social training that goes into that, conditioning that goes into how we treat our hair and how we think about our hair, and the way that she acts towards her hair leads me to believe that she did this just because she thought that, you know, there's nothing else that's going to have my edges as laid as I want it to be for me to go out, and she wasn't thinking about the long-term effects. I don't think that she was thinking that in the long term she would go viral. In fact, she has stated that she regrets going viral, and she only uploaded to TikTok because she was seeking some type of assistance with what to do in order to get it out because, you know, shampoo wasn't working. As far as the GoFundMe account is concerned, it has earned, as of the filming of this video, up to $21,000. Miss Brown says that she actually plans to purchase a wig with the money and then donate the money to 3 families in need in her area in Louisiana. I think she said children that are in hospitals, like the family of children that are in hospitals in in her area in Louisiana. So it looks like she's going to pay the money forward because she did end up getting the procedure done, I think, which was worth about $15,000. She ended up getting the procedure done for free. So she is going to donate the money. So I think that, you know, the criticism that's coming her way for having a GoFundMe that is, you know, it's not her fault that people gave more than the $1,500 that she asked for, and a good wig can cost a lot of money. I don't wear wigs, but I know that in this day and age, they cost a lot more than what they used to. So I know that she is gonna spend some good money on getting a good wig in the meantime, and she's gonna donate the money. So I really think that some of the hatred that's coming her way is very misplaced. It makes me think about the McDonald's hot coffee case where the woman was burned by McDonald's coffee, and due to a PR campaign that was conducted by McDonald's, a lot of people see that woman as greedy or an example of our civil system, tort system going awry in this country. I'm going to do a separate video on that. But this is a great example of how word of mouth can lead people to be demonized when actually they're just, you know, experiencing something that is maybe out of the ordinary, but in no way shows them to be a bad person. I think that we should give Gorilla Glue Girl or Tessica Brown a break here and pretty much stop maligning her, because at the point where she foolishly sprayed the glue in her own hair, she hasn't done anything to hurt anyone. Those are my thoughts on the situation. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.